Call Me Carson, from being once a world-renowned creator on multiple platforms, completely taking the internet by storm in the years 2018 to 2021, while being in association with some of the internet's biggest influencers, to unscheduled uploads and streaming and a sizable decline in relevancy. What is Carson up to today? And this is the story of how a series of erotic conversations and other minor controversies toppled the very empire he was standing on. Before we get into what deteriorated Carson's online presence, we first need to understand what made him so popular in the first place. Call Me Carson, also known as Carson King, uploaded his first video to his channel called Blue Creepers 1 in September of 2011. The then 12-year-old Carson was just doing a simple Minecraft Let's Play video.
A lot of people do this on YouTube, and we thought, hey, why not do it ourselves? So here we go, we're going on to the server, logging in. We've got brand new world. Oh, where am I? I am in the middle of nowhere. Where are you, Walter? I'm scared. Help me.
He would then create a series of subsequent channels, playing an array of games on each of them. Carson would eventually create his main channel on May 10th, 2012, which happened to be his 13th birthday. He continued to post simple Let's Play videos on games that he enjoyed, but after 5 years of doing so, Carson would find his winning formula. This came in the form of his trademark invading Discord server videos. These would simply just be videos of Carson and his friends recording themselves trolling in Discord servers. Through this format, and also reviewing questionable DeviantArt, Carson's growth was nothing short of immense.
We have a request, alright?
Oh god, what the fuck?
I'm currently recording a video called Invading Discord Servers. Now, that sounds bad. I know it sounds bad.
But it gets worse.
It gets
Ultron's ban button.
You have the picture.
This profile picture is a puzzle. There's only 2 pieces.
Hey, what's up, guys? Have you ever seen Top Gun?
But this was essentially only the beginning for Carson. What came next would bolster his career to a whole different level. In March of 2019, Carson and many other friends started a season of a Minecraft survival multiplayer series called SMP Live. This particular SMP included a funny twist in which viewers could donate money to have a player kill or prank another player. This was a huge success, taking the Minecraft community by storm, with the server coming to a deserving finale on December 31st, 2019. After a very successful year for Carson, he unfortunately wouldn't start the new year at the same pace as the last. 2020 marking the start of his chain of controversies in contrast to his previous relatively peaceful career. On March 12th, 2020, Carson made a big announcement on Twitter, revealing that he was stepping away from the internet for an indefinite break to focus on his mental health. However, a few weeks later on April 1st, he would open up in a Reddit comment sharing that his ex-girlfriend Katarina had cheated on him with Fitz, one of Carson's close friends. Carson had initially interacted with Katarina on a parody dating show, but eventually started hanging out together in real life.
Alright, so.
Hey,
Come here often?
you come here often?
Yeah, you had a question for me?
Yeah.
Big boy.
Been putting on pounds, big boy.
Following this, Fitz would come out and all but confirm the rumors, saying, "Hey guys, as many of you will have heard, I've been involved in some personal drama recently, and although the situation is a lot more complicated than anyone expected, I want to apologize publicly, not just in private. I am sorry, Carson, I hurt you, and I wasn't a good friend. I can only hope that someday you'll forgive me. I regret what I did, and I regret where we are. If you ever decide that I'm worthy of versing you in April, I'll be here. Until then, I'm sure the wonderful friends you have around you will have your back." But in another twist of events, Drama Alert had received information that Kate was actually dating her manager and a few other men at the same time as Carson, something which would later be confirmed, making the situation a whole lot worse. Kate then came out with an apology. I put that in quotation marks because I'm not sure if it actually qualifies as one.
I had a boyfriend at the time, and neither Carson nor my boyfriend at the time knew about each other. And while I was clear with Carson that Carson and I were not in a relationship, I still let him on, and ended up hurting Carson and my boyfriend at the time very badly in the process. I am now seeing a therapist, and although I didn't realize it at the time, I was dealing a lot with depersonalization, and I felt like I was two different people living two different lives. I felt like a passenger in my own body.
Long story short, she would explain how she was experiencing depersonalization and felt like a passenger in her own body. Needless to say, this was not received very well by the masses, with many critiquing her behavior and her response. Katarina from that moment would discontinue posting and streaming, and when she eventually returned, attracted a shell of her former viewer base. Carson would apologize, stating, "Moving forward, please respect Kate and Fitz's time to process this, as well as respect their break or whatever they choose to do. To Kate and Fitz, I'm sorry for all the pain I've caused you, and I'm sorry for putting your private lives on display for the world. It was the wrong decision, and I apologize. You did wrong, but you didn't deserve your careers jeopardized. I hope you both can become the people I want to see you as." This evidently showed that he felt guilty for hindering Kate's growth and affecting others with the controversy. Fitz also apologized to Carson as well, which was received quite positively from fans. It would later become apparent that Kate and Carson were never truly together. As confirmed by YouTuber Anything for Views, many started to believe that they were too harsh on Kate and began resubscribing to her. Nevertheless, many also believe that she still emotionally cheated on Carson. Carson will go on to joke about him getting cheated on, and all in all, this controversy was nothing compared to what would follow. In a video uploaded in 2018, Carson announced that he had started a podcast in which, quote, 4 people under the age of 20 talk about things you don't care about. This was originally called the Goopcast, but was renamed to the Lunch Club and included Carson's friends, Slimeside, Jay Schlatt Live, Ted Niverson, C-Scoop, Travis, and Hugbox, doing skits and vlogs with one another. All would be going well until January 4th, 2021, when Hugbox and Travis from Lunch Club were interviewed by Keemstar, in which they exposed Carson for sexting a girl in early 2019.
How did this all come about?
Well, I'm gonna stick to the facts here, which was that one day in March, he called me shortly before he told Travis. Everybody was up in LA and he told most of them face to face, but he called me and I picked up the phone and he was basically like, "I have to tell you something." And then he told me that he did underage girls, and I think that he said that they were fans. And that was what I was told.
Did he tell you how old they were?
At the time, no.
And so he starts telling everyone, and I feel for you guys. You guys are in a tough spot, all right? First of all, now you're an accomplice, right?
Hugbox explained that Carson confessed this towards all the Lunch Club members, which led to the group dissolving. On January 5th, the following day, a Twitter user named Sam with the handle @MiniBorb came forth explaining that Carson groomed her when she was 17 and Carson was 19. But wait a minute, Carson was 19 and she was 17? To some it may not sound too bad, and the internet was split in two, debating the morality of the situation. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Anyways, on that same day, other members of Lunch Club would come out with their own statements. These statements, in a nutshell, clearly showed Lunch Club members trying to distance themselves from Carson. Following this, certain other YouTubers began to distance themselves from Carson, with Jaden Animations unlisting the video she had with him, some of which had over 17 million views. As I mentioned before, creators and fans were split on the morality of the situation, regarding the age gap and the fact that he was using his notoriety to entice his younger fans. Some say Carson is a groomer, whilst others see nothing wrong with the situation. I'm going to leave you to make your own mind up about it. In the aftermath of this, 8 months later, Carson will make a video called Moving Forward, in which he stated that he didn't want to talk about any of the controversies and simply wanted to move past it. He also stated that he wanted to funnel his new experiences into something positive, called the Year of Charity, where he would be donating all his profits to a new charity each month. He wanted to show how he had improved as a person, and his fans and fellow creators were relatively welcoming upon his return. However, there were still some who believed that what he did was irredeemable. At this moment in time, it seemed Carson's reputation was still intact. However, it would become apparent from this point on, he just wouldn't hit like he used to prior to 2021. Perhaps, had he continued to upload content, rather than going on a hiatus, he could have remained relevant and sustained his momentum, especially considering it was a relatively pointless controversy in the grand scheme of things that he was faced with. Despite this, it still managed to deteriorate his online presence, which is honestly just a shame. But that still begs the question, where is Carson today? Carson has had quite a journey since his controversy. Even though his subscriber count and views have taken a hit, he's been gradually building back his platform. He still makes those Discord style videos and now records with a new group of friends, his editor, and even his viewers on his Twitch exclusive Minecraft server SMP Online, which is a nod to his old SMP Live. Over time, he started collaborating with more creators, like when Ant Venom appeared on one of his streams. Some of his old friends, like Josh, have mentioned forgiving him, but it doesn't seem like they'll ever publicly reconnect. Carson occasionally jokes about his past. When he talked with Ryan the Leader about cancel culture, he mentioned he was ready for the backlash and even considered quitting YouTube. But after taking a break and getting support from his family, he feels like he's become a better person. Carson's story goes to show just how fickle one's fanbase can be, seeing it all fall apart due to one or two controversies. Such is the reality of the internet. People come and people go.